The story behind How Can It Be, there's actually many stories behind How Can It Be, and the places that I've found them are in the hearts of listeners. And there's many in particular, but this one, my mom and sister were driving down the road, and my sister was going through a really difficult time just with health struggles and things like that. And while she was kind of crying with my mom, they hear this voice come on the radio, and it was a woman who, she was in a season where she was attempting to commit suicide. She was considering it just because she was exhausted with life, and there were just trials that were coming up in her heart. And she said she turned on the radio and heard How Can It Be, and it was the first time that she had understood the depth of God's love. It was the first time that she realized God was able to love her beyond, her depression or the struggles that she was walking through. And she ended up using that song as like an anthem to push through, and she used that song as an anthem to thrive. And I just thought that was so beautiful at the restoration and the redemption that God has brought us through His grace. Another woman I met in a signing line, and she was in a relationship with a man that was married, and she knew that she shouldn't be involved in that relationship, but she heard How Can It Be come on the radio and felt the presence of the Holy Spirit in a way that she had never felt before. And she just said, I knew that God had the capacity to love me beyond my sin. And that is what grace is. It's the capacity to move beyond the natural state and bring us into a place of wholeness. That's what grace is, and that's exactly what He did for us on the cross. He didn't look at our sin and shame as a place of condemnation, but He looked at our sin and our shame as a place for Him to redeem. And that's what the song is all about. How can it be? It's just the grace of God intersecting with the hearts of men.